Paul from the Technology channel with regards to my update on the Tamiya Leopard 2 A6 1/35 scale. Got my little point stick here. I think I'll pick that up, even though it's been broken. I broke it earlier on. I'll get to that one later. Anyway, back to this in question. And I've actually now nearly finished everything to do with the build. I know I forgot something because I was thinking about it. I've actually forgot to put the brackets for the cable to come up from the tow cables to come around the back of the vehicle. Not an issue because I can. They're only about 4 pieces of photo etch. No, it's 6 actually. Very small pieces that actually go in two, 3 aside, and then they're installed ready for painting. So that's good. So I'll be doing that after I finish this update. Then basically it's to the spray booth in actual fact, to put the primer coat down. What have I done? Well, since I've actually finished some bits and pieces around the turret. I've actually updated, put the mirror on the front of the vehicles. I think you can see them there. Both of the mirrors now are in place. In the folding position, I've got the coating bits that go on the mirrors, but I've noticed every picture I've seen, apart from the ones that are on the road, actually folded down. So I've actually folded it, put them in the position they are. They don't actually give you an option to actually have them in the fixed position, but I know what I could have done. I could have actually got some wire and bent it to shape. So I may do that for another build for another Leopard later on. Have to actually mirrors in the right place and facing backwards so the driver can see back down for the side of the vehicle. Another thing is the camera that goes on the back. I've got the hole drilled for it, which is over there. I can't put that onto right at the end of the build because once it's painted, because I can't put it on the back of the vehicle all the time because the engine, this plate here, the upper hole, is still not connected to the actual tank. The reason for that is because the actual, when I go to paint, I want to paint all underneath here as well first. So I've just been thinking about, while we're talking, I may paint all the underneath of the vehicle the green colour it should be, and paint the wheels and get the wheels all done and sorted. But prime the whole vehicle first, so I will prime the whole vehicle first, and then go in and paint the actual first green for NATO green all underneath around the side on the lower hole and along the sides, and then basically then obviously, and then leave just to go feather along the side, and then what I can do then is glue the upper hole to the lower hole with the wheels in place, and that's an idea. So that you'll see it in completely in one colour at some point, where it's just all just NATO green, one of the camouflage colours, the lightest green of all of the 3 colours in question. So because all the wheels are actually in that green, with a little faint red dot on each wheel, as most pictures actually seem to demonstrate. Right, so what have I done extra? What took me a little while, again, there's all these little fiddly things take a long time, is I've actually done the smoke dischargers. Whoops, I fold it properly, it'll be okay. Smoke dischargers, I think you might be able to see that if I come a little bit over on there, with the chains, and I think you can see the chains if I hold it steady. Whoops, there you can see the top's coming off already. Hold that like that. So you can see all the smoke dischargers with the chains on. That's done the same on both sides. If I tilt it over, you'll see it done on the other side as well. And they make the vehicle look really nice in that area, so it makes it a little bit busier. So that's that. The gun is still movable. I've got it slightly raised, but basically it's still movable. But right now, Terry left a question for me in the last update in regarding to the actual kit barrel that goes with this vehicle. Was there anything wrong with it? Basically, I think he was thinking of. No, nothing was wrong with it, because as I said to you, I think I sent a 2 answers to that question, and I said I'd actually build the actual gun in question and give it a primer coat to see if it would do. And I thought it would do. It's Tamiya, but anyway, but there she is. That's the gun. Whoops, that is the barrel. Now if I get the right focus depth, there you go. It come out really well. There's no seam lines that you can see too much at all, because it was a quick sandpaper. It must go a bit finer again if I was putting it on the vehicle. But to be honest, as long as you go very lightly with your sandpaper and your sanding technique, you actually end up with a really nice looking gun barrel. And there she is. So she would have fitted. I can't put it in there obviously, but she would have been okay in there. It looks bigger, I know, but it's not. It's the same size, but it's the colour that makes it look different, and in fact this is silver showing. So Terry, the answer is yes, the kit barrel is good enough for the actual kit itself, which you should have been really, because it's a Tamiya kit. But I like the actual, when I paint this, the definition of all the brass bits will actually stand out just a fraction more than what the kit one does. So that's the reason I went for it as well. So there you go then, Terry. So don't worry, if you do buy the actual the Tamiya kit, this kit in Tamiya, the barrel is really good enough to do the job. Yeah, I'll put it over there now, get it out of the way. There you go. So, and it's out of focus, so sorry about that, but it is really good, Terry. So don't worry about it. If you do buy the kit, it's perfect. So that's it basically. So I'm ready for apart from fitting those brass bits, which I'll do at the end of this review, the 6 bits, 3 bits on either side for the actual tow cable to come up. I'm basically ready to go with the spraying. So there you go. Thank you very much. And you can see the tracks now. I put them back in because I thought to have. I didn't know whether they were sharp enough last time, but I think you can see them quite nicely. They do look the part, and I'm really happy with those tracks. They really do. They're just going to be really nice on the vehicle. Have that worn look about them, but not completely worn, which they wouldn't be being a modern bit of armour. Right, the next thing then is the periscopes. Obviously I can't do anything with the periscopes. You'll notice the plastic bit that's here. I was going to use the photo etch, but the actual the plastic bit would be better using with the clear plastic for the actual driver's periscope. It's not a periscope as such as well, because see, it's an armoured glass that he looks through, I think, from there. There's no mirrors or anything on it, so I'm presuming that he actually when he's looking through the slot there, looking over the top of the hatch, he can actually look through there, and he's got some armour protectors straight on. That's what I'm thinking. Anyway, some old Sergeant Bones must probably tell me if that's wrong, but I can't see any periscope there. It's just purely 2 glass sheets, unless there's something that goes up between them. It could be that, I don't know, but I don't think so. It looks like he's looking through 2 plates of armoured glass looking forward. Right, so that's as far as I've got there. All the wheels, by the way, are all completely done. The 4 that were on the vehicle are now on their spikes, ready for spraying. Which will be done later today. I should be doing my first bit of spraying on them later today, including this. Now I've got a big shout out for Switches again. Thank you very much, Switches. Your little parcel arrived, and everyone's going to recognise this from one of his videos. But there she is. Beautiful, beautiful. It's a work of art, to be honest. It's a shame to use it, but we have got it for a purpose, and I will be using it for that because it turns obviously lovely. But this going to be in pride and place on my desk. I've got it right, I'm going to have it right in front of me. I'm just going to make a little mahogany stand for it to sit on, because I think it deserves to be sitting somewhere nice. There you go. So that was what Switch sent me. Fantastic, and it's really perfect for the job. Using it for using milliput and actually rolling it flat to get very nice flat tarpaulins, which you can then fold into sheets that look as if they're laying on the vehicle. Obviously milliput, once you've done that, it will conform to the position you put it on. Once you've got it conformed, you take it off and let it dry, and then when you go back there, it would actually be perfect for that. So thank you very much, Switcher. Fantastic job. Really work of art, and that's a pride and place on my workbench that's going to have. So I'll put that out of the way for them. Don't want to get it damaged. Another thing Switcher sent me was these beautiful 1/16 barrels. As you can see, 1/16 barrels. They look really nice. So I've got 2 of them, and they would look nice sitting on the back of the engine deck of a Tiger in, because some of the Tigers in Russia had 2 fuel drums on special. They look like wooden blocks on there to keep them on there. For actually refueling themselves when on a road march. So there you go, beautiful. And look at all that right. I don't know if you can see it there. There you can see it. Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, it's going to be really good. Looking forward to that build. And next thing I want to show you, he sent me 4 of them. What's that, 1, 2? Yeah, 4 of these. These are the jerry cans. Yep. And again, really is nice. The detail is lovely. So it's going to be good. I only got photo etch for this and all, which is in the packet, and I'm not going to do that until I actually use them. But really going to be a good little bit and pieces. That's going to look really nice. Lovely. Another thing he sent me, I'll show you this. This is to put. So it was in a part cardboard box, obviously sent through the post. But in those few things are actually in this, and it looks really nice. It's a box that basically sent me, and it's obviously empty at the moment because it come with the stuff in. But they're going to be used for my airbrushes, and I think that's a suggested idea he had. So you can put your airbrushes in there, and it keeps them safe and inside there and protected. At the moment, I've got my 2 airbrushes sitting on them, 2 of my airbrushes sitting on the side, ready to use all the time. So connected up. So that's good. So thank you very much for that, Richard. And obviously, Terry, mate, don't worry about the barrel. Like I said, I think I might be able to get it a bit better. If I turn the light down, perhaps we'll get a bit better. So you can see the detail. It's still really nice. I'll put that light back up now. There you go. So really nice, and it would work, Terry. Don't worry about it. That's really it for this update. Oh, apart from one thing, I nearly forgot it, is the machine gun that goes here. Obviously it won't go there until the end, and I've actually cleaned out the machine gun. I've got about 3 bits of brass to go on that as well. So there you go. It's an exquisite little, oops, get this right, exquisite little gun really when you think about it for the size of it. But I have drilled out the hole at the end. I don't know if you can see that a little bit. You might just be able to see it. There's a bit of a hole there, right in the end of the barrel. But there you go. So I've drilled that out, being silly as I am. And once with a few photo etch bits with a sight on the top of it as well. That'll really look really nice up on the old loader's hatch. So what can I say? No more really. I think that's basically it. I can't see any more to talk about. So this is coming along nicely. As I said, should be having I'll possibly do another update on Thursday evening, just with some primer on the vehicle, and just to show what she looks like with a coat of grey primer. But periscopes are going to be done obviously, but I'm still doing a bit of research, and as you know, me and Switcher have been doing a lot of research with regards to periscopes. We've been sending photographs and he's been sending me videos, and I've sent him a video. And to be the truth being told, some of the periscopes actually just look green when you look at them, but then when you see them in different shots where the vehicle's on the move in sunlight, you can see the slight different reflections of different colours. So going to play that one here. We're still going to decide what to do about that later on. But so the periscopes, as I said, I'm not too worried at the moment because I want to get the vehicle primed and everything before I start. Because once I get all me actual coats on, main coats on, I will have to the actual periscopes I've got to do and finish are the driver's ones. So there's 3 on there, 2 on the hatch, and actually 1 on the actual side bit, pointing over to possibly 11 o'clock from the front of the vehicle. Need to do those first, and then I will have to mask them over to prevent any camouflage getting into that. And if there's any paint needed to go on the periscope outside the metal rim, I can actually go in with a fine brush and just touch it up a little, and you won't even notice it because I'll be using the same paint that I use for spraying, so it'll be very thin, so it would do the job nicely. So thank you very much for watching this update, and I hope everyone because I know the hurricanes have more or less passed over now. I hope that everyone's okay in Florida, because it's a terrible thing. We don't get the sort of storms that they do over in Blighty, or England as we call it, but we do get ones. The last one I think we had really bad was in '82, and that was about 80 to 90 mile an hour in places. So we do get occasional storms, but we don't get the hurricanes that you poor chaps seem to get over there. But anyway, thank you very much for watching this, and I hope everyone is okay, and I'll catch you on the next update. Bye. Happy modelling.